Hello, once again. Today we are joined by the beautiful Ray Ray. She's been chilling on my bed all day because she's lonely, but actually, kind of a perfect set piece for this video because I'm going to be talking about love. Um, I originally wanted to make this video yesterday 'cause it's pretty thematic with Valentine's Day, and then I kind of just lost the motivation to do it, but I regained it while I was sleeping, so I want to talk about it again. And we'll see how coherent this is because I feel like I have a lot to say about it, but I have no idea how I want to say it. The main topic is, you know, being 20, being out of the kind of lust filled teenage years and not having experienced any relationships. And I want to try to take an objective and kind of informational stance on this topic because personally I think it's positive, but experiences vary much from person to person. So I kind of just want to lay out my experience and not really impose my opinion upon it, but we'll see how well I do it with that. But yeah, I am 20 years old, 21 in July, and I have not been in any relationship whatsoever. Like I haven't even really had my first kiss. And nice thing is I'm not ashamed about that at all. I honestly kind of wear it as like a badge of honor because what these kids get up to these days is crazy. But I know that's most people's first, I suppose, drawback of being like a virgin or not being in a relationship is the way that they're viewed by others. Really, it's just, your confidence in yourself and how you want to live your life. So if you let the opinions of other people dictate the choices that you make, then I guess that just kind of shows your character. I've always come at it from an angle of I'm dating to marry. So anyone that I want to enter a relationship with, I want to feel very strongly and very secure about them. And I've changed my opinions a lot throughout the years. I've had times where I'm like, I don't care. I just want somebody because it sucks being alone. And then other times where I've been like, being in a relationship is a learning experience and you grow from it. And then now I think I'm at the point where I really don't care. Like, I'm so kind of happy being alone and I enjoy my solitude. So, like, I'm pretty sure I could spend the rest of my life being alone. And I really take the spiritual angle with it. Like, I think that the universe will put someone in my path if it's destined to be. Like, I will know that it's someone that I really connect with and would make the sacrifices necessary to enter a relationship with. But I think it really does kind of change who you are on a fundamental level in some good ways. And I'll probably kind of formulate the bad ways while I'm thinking because like I've never really, looked at the drawbacks. But starting with the good, it really does give you a chance to work on yourself a lot better. I believe that people grow in different ways, whether they're by themselves or in relationship. Obviously, with other people, you kind of grow in the communion, like you guys grow together. And then when you're on your own, you're kind of growing on your own path with your own your own influences. So obviously when someone else's opinions and their mannerisms get introduced into the equation, that's going to kind of affect the way that you grow. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing obviously depends on your own mental, like what you want in your life, and then also kind of the other person. Like there are some people who are just terrible partners, and there's not really debating that non-duality and everything. But um, so I think being the way that I've been for my whole life, it has made me grow the way that I want to grow. Like, I am very happy with myself. Like I said, I very much enjoy my time alone. I also have gained a passion for improving myself. Like, I love making myself as valuable for my own benefit and the benefit of others as I can be. And I think it's kind of hard to see that when you are in a relationship. Like, it's pretty common that people almost stop working on themselves when they enter a relationship. And I think part of this just comes from like complacency. A lot of people work on themselves for the sole reason of entering a relationship, making themselves more desirable so their chances are higher. And when they've achieved that goal, they're like, oh, well, what's the point? Like, I've already done it. So I think that the state that I'm in has kind of made me, you know, not lose that desire and want to keep being better. And it does also just make you more obviously independent. I think I've said it before on this channel, like self-reliance, I believe is really important. You are the only person that is going to be around your whole life. Like, no matter what, you're always going to have yourself, your own mind, your own body. So that's like the best investment you can make is within yourself. And life is just generally a lot harder and a lot more desolate when you're seeking other people to be the thing that grants your desires and that brings you happiness. Um, you're literally just like playing the lottery at that point. Like, the people that are like, oh, I want a boyfriend or a girlfriend so bad. Like, when I get that, I will become happy. You're literally just putting it at the whim of whatever. I think no matter what, you can't put, well, I mean, you can, but I don't think it's wise to put your worth or put your emotions, tied to the actions or the existence of someone else, like being reliant on someone else. I think even in a relationship, I know that I want us to both be dependent. I don't want to be clingy myself, and I don't want my partner to be clingy. I want us to be able to exist on our own. But besides the like self-growth and the lack of outside influence and opinions from a partner, it definitely does kind of make you live different. Like, I'm literally living in a pretty basic environment. Like, it's really nice to have the freedom. I love being able to spend my time as selfishly as I want, not feeling like I have this obligation to another person. And it even has the freedom with who I talk to. Like, I can talk to anyone I want, guys and girls alike. It's pretty nice. And yeah, it's like I really enjoy it. I've been liking it. There is that animal instinct. Like, we're literally born to have this desire to reproduce. There's always that. That's always going to show up. There's going to be times where I feel lonely and I'm like, I want someone. But it's pretty nice being this way. If any negatives to not dating and not having that experience, I would say probably the most kind of like inarguable or glaring one is just kind of the way that it changes you, like, confidence wise. Like, I definitely do still have fears when it comes to just like cold approaching girls, and just if I have like an attraction to a girl, it's a lot harder for me to talk to them. And I think if I had been laid before, then that would be easier to get over. It wouldn't be there at all. I think I can overcome this without even getting into a relationship and doing that. So that's probably the game that I'm going to play. But it, I think that experience does kind of change you on a fundamental level where you just don't really care about things as much anymore, which I think is just a good thing no matter what kind of life you're trying to live. That's what I'm trying to do on my own right now. So it's like that confidence, that kind of like letting go definitely does benefit a lot of people. And obviously, just also having some feminine energy and feminine influence in your life is really good. Like the divine masculine, the divine feminine, like you feel whole, you kind of fill in those gaps. Cause like even as a man, it's like, oh, I go to gym, I lift big, and I eat meat of the earth, and like, you know, you're very just when you're on your own, whether you are a man or a woman, you're just embodying that own energy that you possess. Whereas when you get someone else that's joining your energy, typically it creates something beautiful if you guys have a good relationship and a good connection. So being single, you kind of miss out on that. But I kind of believe that you can cultivate your energy to match that through, you know, self work and acting the way that you want, being your authentic self. But there is something to be said by the way that you kind of change when you are in a relationship. Like you adopt some of their mannerisms and you kind of think about things a little bit differently. So whether that's a positive or a negative, I think also depends on the person who it's happening to and the person that you're kind of drawing that energy from. So at the end of the day, it is a choice. If I really wanted to, I know I could start talking to girls. If I really wanted to, I could go on dating apps, which you know. So I'm pretty content being alone. And at this point, I think it would take a pretty amazing girl to make me change my decision. I used to joke and tell my friends, I'm like, oh, I'm doing the virgin challenge. I'm going to be the oldest living virgin, which, hey, maybe could be me. Um, One more thing, actually, is I don't know if it's a normal thing, but I feel like my standards keep going higher as I age, which I mean, it probably is normal. You just kind of change how you are as a person and your desires change, like what you're looking for in other people changes. But at this point, I knew my standards were always pretty high, but I feel like my standards are just like astronomical. Like, genuinely, I would have to manifest a relationship that would meet my standards. Now, that's not to say that what your standards are or what you're expecting have to be met to enter a relationship that is healthy and that fulfills you. It's often that what you're not even looking for in another person, ends up being the thing that you get and you really enjoy and it works for you. But like in my head, I'm basically like, I want a girl version of me. I want like someone who's into spirituality, someone who's very in the present moment, someone who has either diminished or like no ego. And it's like, good luck, pal. Like, I feel like as I go from phase to phase, my standards just keep going up. And it's like, I don't know if that'll even happen because I don't think there are too many people like that in today's day and age. But it's also an assumption and a generalization, which is not good. I'm trying to get better about those. So I don't know. It's kind of weird how even though I haven't been in a relationship, I have this kind of pretty clear understanding and picture of what I want out of one. But like I said, I think I'm honestly kind of chill being on my own. So that's my 2 cents. If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one. It really doesn't matter. Like that's the only thing that I don't like is people kind of putting pressure on other people or, trying to aggressively set up people where they're like, "Oh, my friend seems lonely. I need to get them a girlfriend." It's like, no, dude, if they're okay with it, they're okay. Don't like force anything on them. They're just living their own life. It'll happen when the time is right, if it does at all. So it's like, I think more people should be okay with being single because it has a lot of very nice benefits. Like when you stop and you just sit with yourself you become your own best friend. You become your own partner. So I think it's cool. I love living the single life. We'll see how long it lasts. But see you tomorrow.